beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was. Yes, Starlight was out in nature earlier. And I hope you're getting your family out, or maybe you got a friend. Maybe you got a friend. Well, say, hey, let's go out in nature somewhere. Or your children, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know, what other family members? The dog? No, leave the cat at home. Yeah, there's enough strays outside. So yeah, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy, swing by and say hi to Starlight by leaving Starlight a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family or friends. A horse, of course. Mr. Ed, the talking horse. Oh, Wilbert. So yes, I don't know how many of you grew up with Mr. Ed. You can leave me a message down below. Yes, I remember Mr. Ed. So I loved Mr. Ed. I thought he was the smartest horse out there, that could talk. So he was really a cool horse. And besides Mr. Ed is, I'm trying to think, there's a thing that happened in the Bible, and I thought it was a jackass. A talking jackass? Yeah, I think that's what it was, a talking jackass. And also, besides that, you can check out my playlist. And if you would like to share any of your furry friends or your pets, you can do that by sending a picture on my Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So, and I can't forget about all of you who have been loving and supporting Starlight. If you've been here, you might have just joined, you might have been here forever, I want to say a big, huge thank you to all of you who have been here, and love and supporting Starlight, either by watching my videos, subscribing, or leaving me a message down below, or even sharing my videos. I appreciate all of you, or even those of you who give me thumbs up. Thank you. And this is what it's about. It's a energy exchange. When I put out, when I watch videos, I either, if it was really, really good, I leave a comment, and also I leave thumbs up all over the place. Or subscribe. Those are things. I haven't been sharing anything because it's complicated for me here on my, I don't have Facebook on my phone because of space, but I would love to share more stuff. I used to do that all the time, every single day, but my situation is complicated without having Facebook. I would always have to go on Facebook, and it would take me away from other things that I need to work on. So anyway, I love you so much, and thank you. So anyway, today is, this is, let me think, I'm trying to think of a story, something to use as an example. Let me think. So yeah, this is what, so you're outside, and you happen to walk past like a piece of paper that's on the ground, and Starlight's like a little bit away from you, and you don't know that Starlight's out there. You don't see her, but but Starlight's watching you. Starlight observes all kinds of stuff. I'm always studying people, watching people. I'm a people watcher and an animal watcher. I'm always, even plants. I'm always looking at everything. And this is how I get a lot of my stories, or titles and stuff like that, is by observing what I see out in there, just to learn and grow. Not to like really call people names or anything like that, but we always can learn something from other people. So now again, is you are walking and there's a piece of paper, And we all have choices, out in public, what we want to do, what we can do, what we want to, what we like to do, or what we do even if we don't want to, and so now there's times I understand that we always can't do this all the time, but there's times that we can, and we might not even be aware of these things. So you are outside somewhere, out at a park. Okay, you're at a park, and Starlight's at the park too, somewhere hiding behind a tree watching you. Just kidding. And you walk by and there's like an empty water bottle, like on the ground, and you step over it and you just keep going, and you never pick it up or anything like that. And like I said, we can't always, there's times that we're busy doing stuff. There's people out there that they don't want to touch anything because of germs. So there's all different reasons why people don't do something. But say you bend over and you actually say, I don't want to see this. I'm just going to pick it up, because the garbage can is like really super close. Okay. So it's really giving you, like, in a way, no option but to, the bottle's there and the garbage is there. So hang on, Starlight is, gotta wipe her nose really quick. I don't want to do that with my hands because they actually wipe these tables down, so I'm really pleased with this library here that they, take time to actually clean these tables up before Starlight gets in here. So anyway, there you are. There's that little, like just a water bottle, an empty water bottle. It's doesn't belong to anybody. And you walk by and you even look down. I see you look down. You look down and you look at it, you see it, but then you just keep going. So, I watched a movie, and I didn't do my homework on this, so Starlight's looking at you, and I'm being funny but serious at the same time. This is how we are in society, whether we're even aware of it or not, but I did watch something. I got to figure out if I can find the name of this, that I think was called, they had a lot of cool short little movies or little shows or whatever on Netflix, and I think it was called Black Mirror, but that's where I'm getting this from, and it was so funny, but so real, but so sad at the same time. So Starlight sees you didn't pick it up, and so Starlight doesn't give you any stars, no stars at all. So then the next day you're in the same park, and now you went by and you're like, you look down. This time you pick up the bottle and you throw it away, and Starlight sees you. Boom! She gives you 5 stars. And that's on Facebook, or not on Facebook, but Facebook, you could give thumbs up. Even like on a YouTube video, you can give thumbs up or thumbs down. Out at like restaurants, you could give 5 stars. And I was like wondering, why just 5 stars? Why just 5 stars? Wouldn't you like to get 10 stars? Why not just 5? So I was curious about that, and I'm not 100% going to say I got the right answer from this, but I was Googling, wondering why just 5? What's up with the number 5? Because I know that numbers have meanings, so, but when it comes to like military, I guess 5 stars is the most that they can get, for being in the military. So anyway, with the 5 stars, like, do you rate like places that you go to, or give thumbs up to places, or maybe you give a thumbs down, or maybe you leave a review, and Starlight reads a lot of reviews. I don't really do reading reviews at restaurants, but I do read a lot of reviews at hiking places or parks, because I want to know, okay, I'm looking for certain things. And a lot of times you really don't know what's going to be at a park, because I don't want to drive all the way over there, and find out they don't even have any benches. Where am I gonna, right now is a really buggy time of the season, at least out here. I would not want to be on the grass right now with my yoga mat because I'm gonna get bitten. Everywhere I've gone is bugs, bugs, bugs. So, so do you rate different places, where you go, and do you leave reviews? And Starlight used to do a lot of surveys. I don't know what the heck I was doing. I was working those years. I had my own house, beautiful 2-bedroom house with my son, long time ago. And I love doing surveys, through the computer, and so Starlight had fun doing that. Don't ask me why, is I wanted to help out stores and restaurants and you name it, is to, there's even, I wanted to do this way back then, is I wanted to get really involved with this, to even go out, eat a meal at a place and do it, where I would get paid to go out and do that, and just to rate a business like that. So Starlight really was into this. I wanted to actually get jobs, like an honest, answers to whatever questions they have on those surveys to better help out the businesses out there. So I'm bringing up this video on this topic is because, we're getting rated all the time, everywhere you go. You can feel it. Can't you feel it when you're walking around? Like, we are in a stimulation in the matrix. Even as a YouTube creator, I could make a video and I'm like, wow, I make a lot of videos, and I love all my videos, and when I say this, I do care about you, but I love what I do, and I don't really care what people think about my video, because my heart is into what I'm doing, and I really care about what I'm doing. And it's, even though I talk all the time about me and my videos, I'm using it because God, I had to go through a lot of hell to get the wisdom and knowledge to put that information out to help other people out. So I love everything I do. I love making videos. I love, talking about different true stories that's happened, or even things that I witness out in public, things that I've learned, and there's, of course, on YouTube, there's not like a 5-star thing like they do, like on your phone as far as other places go. But like on Facebook, this is the movie that I watched, which was funny but serious at the same time. There's a lady that, she would walk out and she wanted to be with the popular people. There was a group of blondes, that she wanted to be friends with them. But, she was her own person, and she, everywhere she would go, like last night, Starlight went to a restaurant to eat, and we're, it is kind of funny. When I tipped, everybody was, like the people that were there was surprised at how I tipped. They don't know nothing about me. They don't know anything about me. But Starlight loves to tip, going out and eating at restaurants. I take it very serious when I do go out, how a waiter is or a waitress is. So yes, we do things, like how are you when you go out to eat? Do you actually tip that waiter or waitress, by how they did their job, how their personality was? Did they give you eye contact? Did they check up on you every so often? Did they have everything there? How is their, all these things. There's so many things to, kind of give a ratings, as far as how well of a waiter, or a waitress. So last night, the guy that waited on me was an excellent waiter. He did a marvelous job and doing everything, being polite. But we don't always get that going out and eating, right? There's times that people have a really shitty day, or maybe it's just who they are. Maybe it's just not their thing to be a waiter or a waitress, or they're just not doing everything that they're really were trained to do, depending on how they were trained at that place. So, and so how are you as far as tipping people? Do you tip people, and do a good job as far as tipping them, and And the reason why I'm saying this is almost like last night, okay, the guy that waited on me, it's like, boom, 5 stars I gave him, even though I'm not telling him I give him 5 stars, is that's pretty much how I was rating him. As far, if I had like a checklist of all these things, all the different questions they would have as far as a waiter goes. Did he get my order wrong? No. You know, did he, all these different, things that they would have questions for. So through our daily lives, we go out, and you might go, at your job, dude, maybe you didn't give your all at your job that day. Maybe you're not feeling good. Maybe you're just like, today's just a day, Starlight, I'm like, I don't have enough energy. Maybe something, just you cut corners or something like that. And somebody makes a statement, or you get caught doing it, or you feel guilty about it. So either other people are giving us ratings, without us even realizing it, with the way we interact with each other. And we could even be really hard on ourselves as far, how do you rate yourself compared to the way other people rate you. So these are things that you got to watch out for, is no matter how you feel that other people rate you, and like say if they did have something on Facebook where you could get 5 stars for something, and then you go and look at your Facebook and you're like, what? I only got 1 star? Man, I did a really good job. I only got 1 star, or I only got 2 stars. So companies go through this, even like auto mechanic places, all kinds of companies out there, they get different ratings. And, have you ever checked out the reviews? You could go into the same business and have a great experience, like that restaurant last night. I wouldn't doubt if I go on, of course, who is the waiter? What's his name? It's in my car. The receipt is in my car. Then you get a different waiter or a waitress that could bring the ratings down at a place. The food could make the ratings, the price of the food, could make the ratings go bad. The cleanliness, all these different things, based on that place. How were they friendly? Imagine in New York, it's kind of funny. They do have a restaurant called Friendly's. Guess what? If I go into Friendly's, which that's not a place for me to go to. Mainly, a lot of people like to go there at nighttime because it's got ice cream in there, and they got all kinds of stuff in there for sweets, for desserts and stuff. So a lot of people will even buy their own ice cream in there for birthday parties. I've been guilty of that. Bought an ice cream cake in there, Friendly's ice cream cake. So imagine going into a place called Friendly's and they're not friendly. Now, Starlight does not give bad ratings when I go out, but there has been actually times where I actually had to go right into a gas station and let them know that somebody did not treat me in a good way, and I needed to voice that. And they actually thanked me for saying it. I didn't go on to their website and put a bad review. Instead, I went in and handled the situation instead of putting it on their website, because I believe, it's better to put positivity out. And if you don't put anything out there on it, then it hurts their business anyway. Just like me having a YouTube channel, when people put, thumbs up, it makes my YouTube channel look great. But when people don't give a thumbs up, now, does it mean that the video is bad? No, absolutely not. It's all people's opinions, and that's the whole point of this video. Is don't worry about even the energy that you feel off of other people. When you might have been at work, and the energy never lies, and that's what you got to pay attention to. It's not really what people are saying, what comes out of their mouth. Is how do you feel about the energy that, even around family or friends, you could feel their energy. They might say one thing, but you feel differently, don't you? Like they might be lying to you by trying to make you feel good, but the energy behind what they're saying is a negative energy, and you're like, they said a positive thing, but why is it that I don't really feel that great about what they said? So you got to really be careful with that. And how did you think about it? You don't want to get your energy mixed up with somebody else's energy. Maybe you didn't really like something about what you did, and maybe your energy, you're getting mixed up with their energy. So you got to really be careful with that, because you can, trick yourself, in thinking that they didn't like something. But the whole point of this is, no matter, like, if you do something on Facebook, and like, I used to get frustrated with this a long time ago, is there was people that was taking articles and different things and what they were doing, and I was like, you gotta be kidding what they're doing. And they would actually go on other sites and find somebody that had a whole lot of likes, on like a picture, or it could be a picture with a statement on there. And they would actually cut and paste, or however you do that, and put it on. They would just go around gathering all this positive energy, from other people's websites, that they're the ones that did all the work. But now they're taking all this energy, they're these post or whatever, or even maybe a short little video clip, and putting it on their YouTube, not their YouTube, but on their Facebook, and they would get lots of views. And I'm like, what's causing this person to get so many views? Now, Starlight actually was doing a lot of things, her own pictures, her own artwork, her own stuff. Not, I call it stealing, or I don't know, you might want to call it borrowing. Is to take other people's things, and then, put it on your Facebook, and, act like it's something that you came up with when somebody else came up with it. And you might only get like a few views. It could be a great statement, a beautiful picture, everything, but you only get I worked so hard. This is something I worked on. I really thought about this. I took the time out to do this. And so really, who cares? Who cares about what other people think? Whether they give you 3 stars or 2 stars, or I gotta do this right. I don't want to do that. I was gonna say, I'm trying to think how they do that, but I don't want to do that. I was going to stick up my middle finger as a 1 star, like, fuck you, like, oh, but no, Starlight loves, if I, on my YouTube channel, of course, it's just thumbs up, they don't have like a 5-star rating on my video, and that would be interesting if they did, but are you going to let those 5 stars ruin your day? See? Say if YouTube did have a 5-star rating, where you can, like, hey, what'd you think about this video? And I'm surprised they don't really have that. But so imagine you watch a video and you're like, I just give 1 star. So, a lot of times, like, there's people that could have got help from that video, and they would have said, wow, that's amazing job, Starlight. But there's people that get so distracted and pulled around and pulled at different things, and they're not really focused on really working on themselves, so they end up missing out on great videos because they got distracted or didn't have the time or whatever. So don't let any of the, like, if you got a Facebook, or you might even have a YouTube channel, you might know exactly what I'm talking about, where you noticed and like with, I do have to say, with my mentor, there's a lot of times, I can't say it all the time because I say it a lot, is, I use a lot of stuff my mentor taught me, in different phrases or comments or whatever. And I do, I'll send people to my mentor's YouTube channel, or I give credit to my mentor. Not all the time. I do it as much as I possibly can, because that is where that came from. I don't want to take credit for those things that I learned from him. So, but don't beat yourself up, even if you got a YouTube channel. And I have to say, there's people that are just takers, and they're not people that give back. They take so much, they never put back out in the world. So, because I know other YouTubers out there where, like how many likes out of the video, how many likes, on a YouTube video. And I'm thinking, that's amazing video. That I got a lot of help from that. But for some unknown reason, there's other people that won't even give a thumbs up. And it was an awesome video, you know? So don't let any of that stuff get the best of you, You got to know what you are worth. If you love what you're doing, no matter if it's on Facebook, no matter if you got a YouTube channel, did you like what you did, on your YouTube channel? Did you, like you might have short videos of going out in nature, and you might only get 2 views on that nature video. Don't worry about it. Just keep on doing what you love. That's my whole point. Do what you love. Don't worry about people giving you 5 stars, 2 stars, no stars. If you love what you do, that's all, just keep on doing it. There's times I'm editing my video and I forget, and I end up watching my whole video and I forget what I'm doing because I love what I do. So just keep on doing it. If you're going out and putting positivity out in the world, don't let anybody stop you from doing it. If you're putting your truth out in the world, if you're out there, inspiring people one way or another about maybe getting out in nature, just keep doing it. Don't look at the likes. Don't look at how many stars. Just like with all these places out there, restaurants or any of that. I've gone to places, and I'm like, wow, everything, And I would like to check out that restaurant, see how many stars they give that restaurant, And really, it doesn't take too long of a time to, like if you really like something really good, don't you want to see them in business longer? Don't you want to see more videos from those people? It doesn't take long, and that's why I'm so grateful for the ones that actually do take time out to give thumbs up or even communicate with me on my YouTube channel. So I thank you all for the ones that do watch my videos or give me thumbs up, or leave a comment down below, or even subscribe, or even share my videos. So those of you that do put stuff out there in the community, or maybe you even do stuff with your family, if your heart is into what you're doing, you know what? You might be the only one that appreciates what you do. And just know that's enough. You don't have to have everybody's approval to anything that you do. Just keep doing what you love, and don't let anybody stop you. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. And I almost goofed up on that. You could give this video a thumbs up. How about 5 stars? Just kidding. You could give this video a thumbs up. You can also leave a message down below, beep, 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 and you could share my videos with your family, your friends. I am going to say a bird, because there's so many birds I can pick, and a rabbit, silly old rabbits. Plus, you can also check out my Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So stop worrying about if somebody gives you, thumbs up. It's great when they do, but don't let that stuff ruin your day, because there's people out there, you know what? They don't put anything out there to influence other people in a good way. And there's people out there, they take life for granted, they take people for granted. So just keep your heart right with the people, wherever you are, even family members or friends, or even if you have a YouTube channel or people on Facebook. Don't let it get to your heart. It used to really, really, really freaking bother me on Facebook, because I made picture, they were my own pictures, beautiful love, vibration, and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be real and love what I do than to steal things from other people and take credit for other people's work that they've done, and get a whole bunch of views by not being real. It's all about authenticity, is to being real, do what makes you happy, and don't worry about anybody else. I love you so much. Namaste. The Starlight, love, light, and peace.